lot of my friends live for motorbikes. This is very sad to you, but they love riding motorbikes. They love the freedom the motorbike gives you, and they tell me the Green Party's policies are against motorcyclists. Motorcyclists will be taken off the road.
Well, that's not true. There is a hierarchy that's been produced about what we want to encourage if we get into power. So if we have power, what we would encourage. And obviously the first one is getting people to walk as much as possible, which has health benefits and all those various things, yeah? Okay, and it sort of goes in a hierarchy. You know, cycling would be next because it's physical activity, it's carbon, very low carbon, maybe a bit in the production, and that's it, yeah? And we're looking at it from the point of view of decarbonising the atmosphere. So we believe that climate change is a real and serious threat. So we have to do something about it. We can't just go, oh, we'd like to do it, but we're not going to do it. Yeah, we have to do something about it. So the next thing then would be public transport, because the amount of carbon burned, transporting masses of people, will be a lot less carbon put into the atmosphere through that. Then the next thing comes small motorcycles, and I believe that's what your members are concerned about. It differentiates between small motorcycles and large motorcycles. It puts the large motorcycle into the car. We're not going to stop cars, we're not going to stop anything, but we're just going to favour other things. Just like at the moment, motor vehicle is favoured by the Conservative government and governments over other forms of transport, we would favour the other ones because we would decarbonise the atmosphere, which if we don't do it, future generations that want a motorcycle won't have anything to motorcycle on, because we'll destroy the planet, yeah? So it's a personal choice, you know, whether you're just going to be, is it just about me now, or do you want future people? So that's the thing, but you've rightly said, and we had a conversation about this, and you rightly said that I don't think you've got it right in the Green Party about large motorcycles and small motorcycles, because surely there's a differential between a large motorcycle and a motor car, sorry. You know, there is a difference. And I believe there is as well, but I don't know. Yeah? Okay. So what I would say, what happens in the Green Party, if you come up with a valid argument, then you can put that forward and say, look, a large motorcycle is more like just as good as a smaller motorcycle. It should be in this area rather than lumped in with the motor car, because it's going to cause less carbon emissions. And that's really where our function comes from. What our transport policy is about is there are 36,000 calories in a gallon of petrol. Yeah, that would feed, that's 20 meals, 20 people's food for 20 days.
Okay.
So what does your motorcycle do? Does it do 80 miles to the gallon? So for that 80 miles, you could have fed 20 people. That's what we're talking about. It's ridiculous that we use it. It's a fantastic thing to be able to do, and I'm sure riding a motorcycle is a wonderful thing, but we have to look about how much that puts back into the atmosphere and things like that. So we're not going to stop anyone doing anything, but we are going to address it and help the ones that produce less carbon.
So what about, one of the things that interests me is that electric cars then are going to be favoured. Presumably electric motorbikes.
Yeah,
logic,
of course they would.
What we got at the moment is the government gives you £5 grand to buy an electric car.
Yeah.
That's a discount off an electric car. Yeah. We haven't got that on the motorbike.
Then
the motorbike uses up to a fifth of the space of a car.
Yeah.
Motorbike can free up the traffic flow for all of the traffic. So the other traffic gets where it's going 60% faster. Yeah. The motorbike gets there half the time, or less. Yeah. So
I'm totally agree with you. Of course you would. Yeah, of course we would. You know, I mean, you're totally right. You know, and productivity and all those things are important in a community, in a society, and getting people around and moving them around. If you can do less carbon, be more productive, all those things, they're going to be sensible. You know, you're likely at the end of journey, the last bit of a journey, you're going to need to use an individual vehicle. You can't get everyone trains to call in everybody's houses. So you know, things like motorcycles and being electrified and things like that probably work very, very well, and in urban situations are fantastic. You can get a lot more traffic flowing a lot more quickly. So I think it's a no-brainer, you know. But, you know, the Green Party meets and it says this is what we believe in and that's what's come up. And if it's wrong, then the Green Party is the kind of party that listens and says, so it's members, and if you're a member, you can make a case, then we can rethink. We're not stuck in our ways going, this is the only way we can think about it. We're looking for the long-term future of society, of the planet. So if somebody comes up and makes a valid argument, we're going to follow it. If they come up and make a very selfish argument, we're going to tell them to get lost. But we're not going to say that. But you know, if it's just about them and not society, because that's what we're about, is society.
Okay, yeah.
So, you know, as long as you can show a benefit, but we don't want to stop people having fun. I mean, you know, so, you know, people being able to go on a motorcycle, that must be fantastic, you know, if that's in your thing, you know, just like, I suppose, for an open-top sports car for me.
We were all quite amused that the party policy seems to favour animal transport. The policy is that they're going to favour animals to be used as a means of transport.
If you looked at the amount of calories compared to a vehicle that they did, CO2 they put into the atmosphere, it would be a lot less. Even though they do produce methane, they would have produced that methane anyway, wouldn't they? But, I don't know, I haven't seen. That's not what I'm
encouraging the breeding.
Well, I suppose that would be.
All these people
that would be
have a stable outside.
And I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay, that's
okay.
Thank you very much.
All right.